Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I figured I'd start off with a home tour because I know that a lot of people, they like to see how their favorite YouTubers live. So I figured I'd show you guys, okay, how Sean and I live. All right, it's nothing spectacular, but that's our bedroom. And this is our kitchen. Nothing great. You know, just our simple kitchen. And here's our living room. All right. And our dining room, there's the infamous coffee bar. And here's our dining room. And I have a very small house, nothing wonderful. And here's the place where I film everything. Okay. Hi everyone. Well, I hope you guys liked the house tour that I did for you guys. I know that sometimes people get curious about how YouTubers live or your, content creators live. Well, it's just, we live in a very small house, but it's ours and we love it here, But anyway, what we're going to be talking about today are a few things. The first thing is a fat-free milk has been recalled. It's by Prairie Farms. They are recalling certain gallons of its fat-free milk because it may contain food-grade cleaning agents. And the milk was produced at the company's facility in Iowa, and it was sold at Woodman stores in Illinois and also in Wisconsin. So the affected products carry a December 8th expiration date, and more than 300 gallons were sold before the problem was identified. So customers should throw it out, or you can also return it to the store for a refund. And the company says that all the remaining recalled milk was already pulled from the shelves. So this next thing that we're going to be talking about is what our president said about any document that was signed by the previous President Biden with the auto pen, which was approximately 92% of them is hereby terminated and no further force or effect. The auto pen is not allowed to be used if approval is not specifically given by the President of the United States. And this is what he said, okay? This is what President Trump said. Okay, these are not my words. These are his. The radical left circling Biden around the beautiful Resolute desk in the Oval Office took the presidency away from him. I am hereby canceling all executive orders and anything else that was not directly signed by President Biden, because the people who operated the auto pen did so illegally. Joe Biden was not involved in the auto pen process. And if he says that he was, he will be brought up on charges of perjury. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So at least President Trump is acknowledging that Joe Biden, our previous president, was being taken advantage of, pretty much. Because let's be honest here, the man was declining, okay? And he was declining fast. And even though I know a lot of people, they support President Trump, and I understand that. I myself, I am in the middle. I am an independent, okay? I see things from both sides of the aisle, okay? And if you're going to ask me, well, Autumn, who did you vote for? That's none of anyone's business but my own, okay? But please know that I am a conservative, and I am also Catholic, Okay. So I hope that will pretty much give you your answer. Um, but I did feel terrible about how President Biden was literally taken advantage of. And you're probably going to bash me for even thinking that, but when it's obvious and it's plain as day that an individual is declining as fast as he was, whether it was Alzheimer's, whether it was dementia, and I saw it myself. Okay, my grandmother, she had dementia and Alzheimer's, and it destroyed the woman that I once knew. And I saw it in President Biden. So at least President Trump is using this and going about it with class and with dignity and saying that President Biden did not know literally what the heck was going on. And if he is put up to it to say, oh yeah, I knew that he did not know. He didn't know. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. No, he did not know. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is an email that came in from a community member, and I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, yes. He even sent me a video that he made, and I was like, oh my God, I love it. He said, Autumn, I know how much you love your fur babies too. This is our cat Chuck. I love it. He thinks he's a dog, though. Don't they all? He sits and begs and plays fetch and shakes hands and high fives and lays down. Tonight we made a snow mouse together. We also had a snowball fight or paw bat together. Watch, it's so cute. So this email came in from a community member, and she watched the video that I made about the ungratefulness and about the woman who got gifts from the angel tree for her infant son. She said, I am retired now from my hospital job, but back in the day, we had once one of those charts which was the same thing as the angel tree. Okay. She said, I looked at what the people wanted before participating. She said, one of the people wanted a 1-carat diamond ring. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. These are for children, not because you want a rock on your finger. Okay. You want one of these? Okay. Earn it from the man that you are in a relationship from. Okay. All right. I've had this on my finger for 30 years. Married 29, had it for 30. Okay. You don't ask a stranger for a diamond ring. So she goes on to say, guess these folks watch too much of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Oh my God, what was his name? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Robin Lee. She said it is entirely possible in their warped view of reality that they do not realize that they have more money than the average working American. She said a year later, I was waiting in administration for a ride home with the originator of the Giving Tree, or whatever it was called, and I overheard her talking to a would-be recipient of the services as she was explaining that what she had asked for were luxuries, and this program was intended for people who needed basics. I told her my diamond ring story, and she relayed that if the recipient was chosen by a doctor's wife, that the kid would likely receive the $100 toy that was being asked for. Okay. What do you think? That doctors and doctors' wives don't have mortgages and car payments, this, that, and the other? What do you think? That doctors are just millionaires right off the bat? What the heck? She said, after a complaint, real or not, that a present received was used or dirty, no replacement was forthcoming. No toys were accepted unless it was unwrapped. It still holds the same true today. Yeah, especially even if it's Toys for Tots, it has to be used new and unwrapped, and would be wrapped at the hospital. I don't know if the giver was making a socio-political statement or the receiver was lying, and we will never know. We are starting to see the dregs of humanity, but also the better part too. Oh yeah, of course. I'm just, you know, I'm just tired of the people who are so unthankful and ungrateful, and they literally think that we as people who are willing to give to children who we do not know, that we need to do better. No. You as a parent need to do better. Okay? You need to do better. Okay? We raised our children and we did the best that we could. Now it's your turn. Okay? How about that? Jesus. I mean, seriously, I can't anymore with these people. I really just can't. I can't. I'm sorry. But I can't. I don't know what else to say. But I can't. A long time ago, okay, we're going back, oh my gosh, 20 years. Okay? Because Andrew's going to be 28. And he started with the Young Marines when he was 8 years old. And he was in the Young Marines until he was 17. Okay. And this is what built him up to go into the Marine Corps. And because I had my own business at the time, they encouraged business owners and things of the like to have a Toys for Tot box in their business. Okay, great. Well, my business, I didn't have a brick and mortar business. Okay. What I had was a business to where I traveled to different, what do I want to call it? Like, motorcycle rallies, bike nights. I went to different, clubhouses, like different MCs, like motorcycle clubs and things like that. And I sold biker apparel, things like that. I even worked in a motorcycle shop. Okay. So I was slinging parts. Yes, I used to be a gearhead. Okay. So, and I did inventory for the motorcycle shop and stuff like that. And when customers came in, I handled their orders and whatnot. So, and I learned how to do like oil changes on motorcycles and whatever. So, I had the Toys for Tots box with me when I went to these different places. And it was every December I did this. Well, because people don't generally bring a toy with them to these different bike nights and rallies and MC clubhouses, what I did was I took like $200 of my own money and I bought toys, okay, ranging from $1 to $10. And we set them out. And we made the promise that the money that we brought back in, we were going to go and buy bicycles and donate those as well to Toys for Tots. And that's exactly what we did. So we did this for, wow, okay. Andrew was 8. So we started this when he was 9. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 9 years. 9 years we did it. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's so true. 9 years. Yeah. And, I mean, of course, you know, like the $1 stuff was like stocking stuffers. Okay. And then we did the, you know, all the way up until like $10. And then people, they would, you know, say, oh, she's doing the Toys for Tots. Okay. Well, I'm going to run to the store and I'll go get more and you know, or when we were at the MCs, they would say, well, here's money from the petty cash. Go buy more toys, put it in the Toys for Tots box. And that would happen all the time. And so, you know, these are just things that I did as a business owner. And so it's just, I just wanted to, you know, tell that story because I've been doing this for so long with, and I don't want to call it charity, with giving back to my community. Because there was a point where Sean and I, we couldn't do it. We couldn't afford it. And then we could afford it. And we said, you know what? It's time that we give back. And that's exactly what we've been doing ever since. So that's all I have for today's video. I'm going to leave you guys with some videos that were sent in by community members. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less and God bless. Ciao.
Well, they say a hit dog will holler. And in this case, I guess a lot of y'all had to get some tickets. Some of y'all had to go to jail because y'all didn't believe that the HB 253 bill was real. So let me tell y'all about the HB 253 bill. The HB stands for House Bill in Florida. So the HB 253 bill states that any part of your license plates that is covered, obscured, blocks any lettering, they don't care how small, it shouldn't block none of it, is a second-degree misdemeanor. Yes, $500 fine, up to 60 days in jail. Now, a lot of people already went through this already. They thought it was a game. Yeah, it came out October 1st, 2025, went into effect. Now, watch this right here. This the real kicker right here. The law even covers and states that it don't care if you purchased your car 5 years before that bill came out. So if you got your car in 2020 and you got it from a dealership and they put that little, you know how they put that little covering around your license plate to say Cox dealership, Chrysler dealership, yeah, and it's covering your plate a little bit, that's a second-degree misdemeanor, y'all. And it's on you. Because this is the research you have to do. You have to be up to date with your bills. That's what they stating. I'm just a messenger, y'all. Don't attack me. Watch this right here. It gets even worse. They say if you go buy one of these coverings that cover around your tag and blocks it, buying it is also a second-degree misdemeanor. I'm putting everything on screen for you. Watch this right here. The person, the manufacturer that sells it to you, that makes it, it's a first-degree misdemeanor. They not even playing, y'all. This is just what they doing. I don't got nothing on my tag. I don't care. It is what it is. I know y'all want to make your tag look cute and all that right there, but yeah, it's a misdemeanor now. So y'all about to be on point, man. Go check your tag, man. They said, I don't care if it's a little small covering. It's a misdemeanor, y'all. It is what it is. A lot of people say they don't care, but go ask the people that don't went to jail. Ask the people that had to pay that $500 fine. I'm just a messenger, y'all. Y'all already know, man. Big Duke out. Love y'all.
If they stand behind you, protect them. If they stand beside you, respect them. If they stand against you, show no mercy.